Let's talk about today's episode, which is about commandment number 6 to 10. Let's jump right in. Okay, so commandment number 6 is balancing passion with patience. Our first commandment is all about balancing that intense desire and that drive to reach the top of that climb, cross the finish line in a super long race, or complete that big bike ride, whatever that might be. But we need to balance that with the patience that understands the importance of timing and preparation. This balance is something I see deeply in two athletes I will talk about, Florine and Meghan Canfield. Hans's name echoes through the climbing world, especially for anyone who's ever dreamed of scaling Yosemite's legendary 3,000-foot tall face of El Capitan. Hans set speed records on El Cap, but these achievements didn't come from a reckless dash to the top. No, Hans spent years training, meticulously preparing, and often waiting for just the right moment to go for it. Breaking records took an unwavering dedication to the process, not just the thrill of the end result. At this point, Hans has climbed El Capitan over 100 times. Speed records in a few hours, but also the climbers of varying abilities that took him multiple days. When you are staring at El Cap from the bottom, it can seem so daunting, but you have to start with remembering that everything takes a bit of patience. In climbing terms, make one move up to the next handhold, to the next foothold, and belabor, continue that. Then one does ultimately reach to the top of even something like El Cap. Yeah, Hans said to me, it's not just about reaching the top quickly, it's about the patience to prepare and the passion to keep going. That's what makes him not just a record setter, but a legend. Next, there is Meghan Canfield, a powerhouse in the world of ultra running. An ultra run is any run that is over the length of a marathon, which is 26.2 miles. So that is what we are all familiar with. An ultra run, in Meghan's case, can be 100 miles or greater. She has been doing these epic runs for decades, and each race is a new test of endurance, both mental and physical. Imagine running over 100 miles. Imagine running 24 hours straight through morning light to the heat of the afternoon to the evening, dusk, and through the night. It takes a long time, and it takes an incredible amount of will. It is about, for Meghan, taking each mile as it comes, trusting in the patience and preparation that's brought her that far. Meghan's longevity in the sport at the age of 62, when she is still beating runners much younger than her, it is a testament to the magic that happens when you allow patience and passion to dance together. She shared, running 100 miles is as much about patience as it is about anything else. Each step, each mile builds on the last. And I think that speaks volumes for anyone pursuing big dreams. Find community and embrace collective power. This is a special one for me. We often think of sports as individual pursuits, but the power of a strong community is undeniable. Even if some of the athletes we speak with here pursue what may seem as individual sports, surfers, rock climbers, runners, they are often not competing in a team. They are often competing with themselves. However, the power that they find in others around them is undeniable. Just ask Maggie and Chuck Odette and David Wiens. Maggie and Chuck, in their 50s and 60s, respectively, have spent years climbing side by side, not just as partners in climbing, but as builders of a community that supports and lifts each other up. They celebrate each other's triumphs and help one another through challenges. Their climbing partnership with one another and their group of close friends in climbing areas around North America radiate positivity and shared joy, reminding us that the journey is so much richer when you have people by your side who believe in you. Maggie says, we climb together, we celebrate together, and we overcome challenges together. Community and our friends, they make the journey worthwhile, even when one is failing at the same climb over and over again. When the weather turns bad and you cannot get on your project, when one gets injured. It's the community that keeps our spirits up, keeps our hopes up. And she's right. Who we share the climb with matters more than the climb itself. On a different terrain, but with the same spirit. David Wiens, iconic mountain biker who's won the one-of-a-kind Leadville 100-mile ultra mountain bike ride 6 times, even beating legends like Landis and Lance Armstrong. He is truly good at what he does. He has fostered a community in the mountain biking world, known for his strength and endurance. David also dedicates himself to nurturing the mountain biking community, and he's built an environment through many of the causes around trail building, trail access that he has founded and supports. That's how he encourages both experienced riders, but also newbies. And he brings together different access groups, these coalitions that encourage and support each other, allowing the sport to push forward. David told me the greatest wins come when you're surrounded by people who push you, believe in you, and share the ride with you. And that sense of shared triumph is a big part of what fuels David. Commandment number 3, seek true fulfillment through giving back. True fulfillment comes not just from achieving one's own goals, but from helping others achieve theirs. Two people who embody this in a big way are Gary Linden and Catherine Hayes. Let's start with Gary Linden. For Gary, big wave surfing has been more than just a personal challenge. It's been a way to lift up others. He created the Big Wave, providing a platform for surfers around the world to test their limits and celebrate each other's accomplishments. Gary's legacy is about more than just riding monster waves. It's about creating a supportive community that allows others to chase their dreams. Gary said, fulfillment comes from lifting others up and seeing them thrive. He once told me, it's the biggest reward in surfing and in life. For Gary, that's what makes each wave worth riding. Next is a personal hero of mine, adaptive skiing pioneer Catherine Hayes has spent decades working to make the outdoors accessible to everyone. Her journey began in 1976, teaching a blind skier at Lake Tahoe. She described that experience as both terrifying and eye-opening, sparking a commitment to adaptive sports that became her life's purpose. Catherine worked through resistance from ski resorts to make adaptive programs a reality, often by simply holding her ground and not going away. The work that she started has allowed millions of recreational adaptive athletes, people who are differently abled, to access the outdoors, because she and her work helped change laws and convinced government agencies, large corporations to open their doors to allow differently abled people to come and recreate in the outdoors. Her story is such a powerful reminder. True fulfillment comes from opening doors. Catherine's work taught her that the mountains are for all of us, a vision she's made real for countless amongst us. I think this is something that I look back to whenever I'm struggling with going rock climbing and either I'm injured or I'm struggling with motivation. If I can just help somebody else by teaching them, showing them some simple data or trick at the climbing gym or outside and share something I've learned with them and help them, I think that gives me so much back, because that immediately just turns my focus inwards to outwards, and it returns to me this gift where I get back this surge of joy because I look beyond myself and I help somebody else. My sport made me happier in a more profound way. Catherine believes that outdoor spaces you can feel exclusive. Catherine's work is transformative, creating a place for everyone to thrive. I encourage all of you listeners to think back about your own journey on sport and maybe find a way where you can give back. It can be something really simple like helping another fellow athlete with something they are trying to do. It could be coaching somebody else. It could be bringing donuts when you're out for a run next. It could be helping your parents and maybe teaching them how to surf. It could be many things, but opportunities are endless. Just think about one thing you can do, and trust me, the returns you get astonish you. Commandment number 4. This one is, practice mental toughness daily. Our 4th commandment is all about the mental game, something that is so important to us as we get older and as we get more experienced. We find that mental challenges, what I like to call your peaks and your valleys. Peaks are amazing and the valleys can be daunting. We need to find ways to get tougher. And it's not about simply trying to wish them away. There are practices, technique that we can lean on to get stronger, both on the wall, off the wall. Let's learn from Hazel Finley and Marshall Ulrich. Hazel Finley has built a career as one of the world's most groundbreaking young climbers, not just because of her physical skills, but because of her mental strength. Climbing, as she describes it, is 100% mental. Hazel trains her mind as rigorously as her body. Her practices in mindfulness and fear management allow her to tackle routes that most people wouldn't even dream of attempting. Her mindset has become a powerful tool, pushing her to incredible heights, both literally and figuratively. As Hazel says, climbing is 90% mental. Train your mind daily and the body will follow. It's a reminder that our minds often take us places our bodies never could alone. Then there is Marshall Ulrich, a legend in ultra endurance sports. Marshall is 73 now, but his accomplishments live on, running across the US, conquering the Badwater Ultra Marathon multiple times. These demand a mental strength that borders on superhuman. He strengthens his mind every day through rituals that build resilience and keep him prepared for the physical and emotional challenges of endurance sports. He shared with me, your mind is your greatest asset. Strengthen it every day. And then there is no limit to what you can achieve. Marshall lives this truth, pushing boundaries that even most athletes, even the most accomplished ones, would hesitate to approach. He is able to defy the impossible because of his mental toughness. Brick by brick, run by run, day by day, we can also start practicing mental toughness every day. Our final commandment. Thanks for staying with me this far. I bring to you commandment number 5. Pursue balance between sport and life. The commandment of balance, finding harmony between our passion and our everyday lives. This becomes so important as we get older. We have been climbing or running or surfing or doing whatever activity for a long time. Life catches up with us and other needs also become important. Perhaps the fire that one felt when one first started their sport might have faded. And other challenges in life, such as family, kids, career, responsibilities, catch up. But we don't need to stop doing what we love. We just need to find that harmony. This is something that Jeremiah Bishop and Ben Moon have both managed to master. Jeremiah Bishop is a competitive mountain biker. He has won twice national champ and he does all kinds of incredible mountain bike races all over the country. He knows that sport isn't everything. He balances his rigorous training with family life, making space for both his athletic ambitions and the people he loves. Jeremiah's balance allows him to keep his passion alive without sacrificing his personal life, showing us that the key to longevity isn't just pushing hard. It's knowing when to take a step back and reconnect with what grounds you. As Jeremiah put it, balance is what keeps me going. Pushing hard on the bike, but always coming back to other things that matter just as much. And Ben Moon, an icon in climbing and the founder of Moon Climbing, has spent his life balancing the demands of climbing with his roles as a business owner, friend, and father. Ben was on the podcast recently. Ben was the first person to climb the mythical climbing grade of 9A about 30 or 40 years ago. He did what was considered impossible for his time and has continued climbing at a very high level through the decades while excelling in all these other roles. His legacy isn't just in the climbing record, but in the life he's built around his passion. Moon climbing has become a lasting gift to the climbing community, and balanced approach has enabled him to keep pursuing his passion while maintaining a meaningful life outside of it. Ben told me, life isn't just about one pursuit. Balance lets you excel in your sport while creating a life that feels complete. For Ben, that's the true success. One way I find balance outside of my sport is because I just decided to start this podcast. It allows me to derive fulfillment from other parts of my life outside of climbing and surfing. And you likely have things you are already doing today that can also allow you to find balance. When you can get that fulfillment from other things, it reduces pressure from performance and allows you to enjoy your sport even more. When you can go back and forth between things outside of your sport, which gives you joy. It could be as simple as maybe playing with your dog, and then come back to the sport because the absence reinvigorates that passion. These 5 commandments give us a roadmap to not just longevity in sport, but fulfillment in life. The stories and lessons from these athletes are powerful reminders that we are all capable of incredible things when we lean into patience, community, giving back, mental strength, and balance. I encourage you to find some of these things within yourself. Find how you can practice just one of these commandments with intention this week. Send me a note, DM me, message me, comment on any of the podcast channels on Instagram or YouTube, and let me know how embracing these commandments is going for you and if that's helping you achieve more fulfillment. Thanks for joining me today. Let these commandments inspire you, fuel your passion, and guide you to a life with purpose, filled with connection and resilience. Stay warm through these winter months in the northern hemisphere. Go out and do the things you love.